أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن يطع الله ورسوله أولئك مع الذين أنعم الله عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا صدق الله العظيم. We have a few more days till the end of the year, and then the entire world welcomes in a new year, and we see this process on an annual basis. So we certainly hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give each and every one of us the ability, the tawfiq, to improve ourselves on an annual basis, rather than regressing and going backwards. How do we make sense of the year? What was the overall theme of the year? How did we spend our entire year? We mentioned yesterday after Salat al-Isha, certain themes are found in his history. Even in the seerah, when a year in the seerah, it was marked to remember that year. Otherwise, our entire life, it's like a blur. Things are just moving by. Days are passing us by, months, years pass us by. And before you know it, we have already buried many of our loved ones, friends and family, 6 feet under. Our turn is coming. From the seerah we find examples such as, yesterday we mentioned, Am al-Fil, the year of the elephant. We know what happened in the year of the elephant. The year of sorrow. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam experienced a very challenging year. What about the year in which the farewell Hajj was performed, Hajjatul Wada? So we find these in the seerah, where when the entire year was marked by a specific event. One way we can make sense of our current day and age, at least I found it somewhat beneficial, somewhat unbiased. In this day and age when everyone has a bias, I like to look at the end of the year, like for example, Merriam Dictionary, or the Oxford Dictionary, or dictionary publications throughout the world. They release a word of the year. And how they decide on what word is the word of the year is basically how many times has that word been searched throughout that year. And if we look at the years past, the overall theme of the most searched word is usually, in the years past, for example, fake news, misinformation. We probably also heard pandemic. We heard of the word of the year being vaccine. This year, Merriam Dictionary released the word of the year as gaslighting. Gaslighting. We've never heard of that word. The definition of gaslighting is when someone manipulates the other for personal gain. Manipulation of the other for personal gain. This is the word of the year of 2022. Now, why are we even mentioning this? Again, as we find ourselves at the end of the year, depending on our own personal experience throughout the year, maybe this year stands out for our own personal experiences, but overall, we try to make sense of it as a species, as human beings. And we can understand from this past year, we might have thought that words such as inflation might be the most searched word, or looking into the cost of goods raising, or other things happen in this year. But this dictionary publication mentioned this gaslighting. Now, where does this word come from? It comes from some background, very brief background to this. Gaslighting. It goes back to a 1930s novel where a husband, at that time, they didn't have electricity. So gas was used to fuel lights in the residence, in a person's house. Gas, lanterns, candles. Gas was used. So the husband in this 1930s novel manipulated the gas lighting in the house to manipulate his wife into thinking the lights were being dimmed. So the wife would say to the husband, do the lights look dim? And then the husband would say, no, it was perfectly fine. But he was intentionally manipulating the gas that fueled that light, hence gaslighting. So now we want to look at our current situation, what we find in this day and age. Many ahadith on the subject matter, many verses from the Quran, elementary teachings. If we ever want to correct society and the whole of society, we have to go back to elementary teachings. Telling the truth, not lying, not cheating one another, not manipulating one another, avoiding backbiting, slandering, gossip. These are very, very elementary teachings that the entire world is lacking today. The entire world is lacking. And we know one of the prophecies of our Prophet ﷺ, he has warned us many centuries ago that as Yawm al-Qiyamah will come and draw near, closer, trust will be a rare commodity. Trusting one another, truthfulness, honesty, integrity, ethics, it will become very rare. Where a group of people will be discussing that is there any truthful individual amongst us? And then the response that will be given is that, in a far off village, there's someone that I knew in the past. He was a man of integrity. He was a man of ethics. He was a man of beautiful conduct. That's how rare these qualities will become. And I'm sure all of us are already witnessing it. Heads of states manipulating the masses, lying under oath. Again, these are very, very elementary teachings. These reminders act as a benefit. Reminders are truly beneficial for the believers. Let's just visit some ahadith on the subject matter of, starting with our own selves, rather than pointing the fingers, because that is an uphill battle and trying to correct everyone else. Let's just start with our own selves, our own household. We have to be the change that we want to see in the world. The hadith goes that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was asked, or rather Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave instructions that اضمنوا لي ستا من أنفسكم أضمن لكم الجنة. That guarantee six things, and I will guarantee Jannah. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said the first one being that when you speak the truth. Number two, when you make any promise, make sure you fulfill that promise that you're making. Number three is that when you are given a trust, an amana, discharge it faithfully. Number four, course, preserve your chastity. Number 5, lower your gaze. And number 6, restrain your hands from committing any excess. Another hadith on the subject matter that we are visiting today, for those of us who are just coming in right now, trying to make sense of the year 2022. One unbiased way that still remains is dictionary publications that release words of the year. The most searched word of this year, according to Merriman Dictionary, is gaslighting. Gaslighting, which means manipulating the other for personal benefit, for personal gain. Which of course goes hand in hand. How are you manipulating the other? Of course, by telling lies. By telling lies. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave a warning that how can a person tell a lie to someone who is considering you and I to be truthful? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, كبرت خيانة أن تحدث أخاك حديثا هو لك به مصدق وأنت له به كاذب. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that it's a great form of treachery when you tell something to your brother, that brother is considering you to be a truthful person, but you are a liar to that. And finally, we will conclude with this hadith, again on the reminder of elementary teachings, being truthful, being people of ethics, upholding the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the teachings of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked, أَيَكُونُ الْمُؤْمِنُ جَبَانًا؟ قَالَ نَعَمْ. فَقِيلَ لَهُ أَيَكُونُ الْمُؤْمِنُ بَخِيلًا؟ قَالَ نَعَمْ. These two things, that is it possible for a believer to be a coward? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that yes, it's possible that a believer can be a coward, depending on their level of courage. A person lacking in the field of being a courageous person can definitely be a coward. Is it possible that a believer can be stingy, bakhil? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said yes, that's possible. It's possible for a believer to be stingy when they allow for love of wealth to overcome them. It's possible. And then finally, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked that, أَيَكُونُ الْمُؤْمِنُ كَذَّابًا؟ فَقَالَ لَا. Is it possible that a believer can be a liar, a habitual liar, a repeat offender, liar? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, no, that is not possible. That is never possible, that a believer can be a habitual, repeat offending liar. So let us all take this to heart. Let us all, again, as the days are going by, the months are going by, years are going by, we are concluding with year after year after year, welcoming new year after new year after new year. We definitely don't want to be in the same spot that we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. At least we made some sort of improvement in our life. At least we gained some sort of proximity to our Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let us work on ourselves. Let us try and improve ourselves as we move into the new year. And we make dua that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be a better self than we were next year than what we were this year. Inshallah. Let us make constant improvement of ourselves. So,
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم وما بعد. يا أيها الناس اتقوا الله فإن التوحيد رأس الطاعات واتقوا الله فإن التقوى ملاك الحسنات وعليكم بالسنة فإن السنة تهدي إلى الطاعة ومن أطاع الله ورسوله فقد رشد واهتدى وإياكم والبدعة فإن البدعة تهدي إلى المعصية ومن يعص الله ورسوله فقد ضل وغوى وعليكم بالصدق فإن الصدق ينجي والكذب يهلك وعليكم بالإحسان فإن الله يحب المحسنين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم إنه تعالى جواد كريم ملك بر رؤوف رحيم. الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في كل مكان. اللهم ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكرون يذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح